Today's build is more about, sitting back in cover, getting your skills to work, even though this is not a skill build, but I just want to be able to, not be too close to the NPCs and still do a lot of damage. If you're interested in becoming a member on the channel today, click the join button. We got loads of perks here for you to choose from. The first tier is only £2. If you want to take it to the next level and help support the channel even more, then click this join button and join the Addiction family, man. Let me just showcase this. We're going to go out throughout the whole mission. We're going to complete this and then we're going to get to the build. If you guys just want to skip the gameplay, you can. You can go to the pinpoint of where the build actually is. But man, today we're playing different, man. We're playing different. It's not every day rush up into the NPCs. Sometimes sit back, man. Sit back, have a drink, relax. Destroy him. Let's go, man. Let's go. Damn. I'm not this type of player. That's why I said it's going to be a challenge today. I want to challenge myself. Otherwise, I'm going to get really bored of just running out in the open like always. Sometimes play like you're really about this PvE life, And I'm not, so. This is a little bit different from me. Oh! Go. You know your pieces, bro. Just get on with this now, man. Just get on with this. Okay. You gotta do it for the people. Ripping through them, man. We're ripping through them. My aim is so bad, man. Oh my god. All clear. Let's get it, let's get it. Ooh. It's a party in here, man. That's what I like about this. Because when I get them low, if I need to reload, skills will do its work. A long time since I used the Pestilence, man. Very long time. I do miss the gun, man. I do miss it. Destroy him! Checkpoint before the boss. Hit so hard, man. There we go. Look at that, rips right through them. Haha! I'm too strong! I'm so strong! Look! This is too strong! No, you're dead. Don't worry about you. Oh! Uh-oh. We have 0 medkits. Stop running, man. There we go. I knew you'd feel comfortable. Alright, let's get it. Let's go, let's go. Get them skills working. Shoot that backpack. He's out. Look at that, bro. Look how fast we got him out, man. Alright, that's the gameplay, guys. Let's get straight into this build, man. I appreciate you guys if you got towards this part of the video and watched all the way through. Thank you so much. Listen, smash that like button. 100 likes. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, bell notification, normal procedure. This build today is a very, very, very nice PvE build. It rips right through these NPCs. We're sitting at 900k armor. We have a lot of things going on in this build. So let's just get straight into my weapons. So the Pestilence, man. I haven't used this LMG in a very long time. I'm not going to lie to you, like, it's been quite a while. And I thought, you know what? Let me just make a build video for this in PvE. 104k damage on this Pestilence. We have 12% LMG damage on top, 10% damage to targets out of cover, and a max roll of 6% damage to armor. So what does this talent actually do? Some of you might not even know what the Pestilence is. Hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times, okay? So whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. So that's why in the gameplay you saw, when I was killing an enemy, the debuff was actually transferring to the other NPCs and they were getting damaged as well. So just put that into consideration. This is what this gun does, and it is very, very powerful in PvE. Even in PvP, if you use it with glass cannon, all crits, this is disgusting. It's very, very toxic. Especially if you're in a group, you got a healer to help you, to keep you alive. This can be very, very disgusting, man. I'm telling you now. Okay, so for our secondary, we're using the Baker's Dozen. You know what this does by now. Perfect lucky shot. Magazine capacity is increased by 30%. Missed shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. So I don't really use this gun. I'm really focusing on the Pestilence, but you know, it's just there for the secondary. This is what I would use in all my crit PvE builds if I'm not using a Pestilence. So this is my secondary weapon. That's the two guns. That's why I'm using them. The Pestilence, guys, if you don't have it, farm the DZ, you will get it in there. It drops like sweets in there, I'm telling you now. So for our pieces, we are actually running 2 Walkers, 1 Grupo. We've got an exotic knee pad, which I'm going to get into, LMG glove, and a Providence. So 2 Walkers, what does it give us? 5% weapon damage, 5% damage to armor. Max rolls on this mask. God roll mask, guys. Weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and a mod slot of crit chance. So this build is just straight crits, but we have some sort of stuff going in this build, which I will be explaining. But when you make crit builds, guys, just make sure that, you know, you're not always going towards, you know, one thing out of the crit. So if it's just crit chance you're going towards and then you're leaving everything else besides, you know, crit damage and survivability, make sure that you're going towards at least 2 things in your builds. That's what I'm trying to put across here. So for example, if you're running a crit build, go towards crit chance and crit damage and weapon damage instead of doing weapon damage, crit chance and regen. It all depends on what sort of build you're making at the end of the day, but if you're really wanting to get high crits, just make sure you focus on them 2 things, because I did have a couple of questions, so that's why I'm covering that. But for our second piece of the Walkers, we actually have this chest piece here, which comes with crit chance, crit damage, and the talent is actually Spark. So you guys must be thinking, DA bro, like, why are you using Spark? You could use Obliterate, you could use Unbreakable, Glass Cannon. Why are you going towards Spark? Now, Obliterate would give me an extra 25% weapon damage, which is more, so I could be hitting harder if I'm hitting all them shots and getting crits. It's just that this LMG build hasn't got max crit chance. So for me, I'm like, what's the point in, you know, putting Obliterate if I'm not going to get the max potential out of the crits for that? So I'd rather get an extra 15% weapon damage by using Spark. Damaging enemies with a skill increases total weapon damage by 15% for 15 seconds. If your skills are hitting the enemy continuously, Spark will stay up. So that's why you saw in the gameplay I was using my 2 skills there a lot to keep this talent up and so that I can still hit hard. So that's why I went towards this talent. I just wanted to be a little bit different, and you know, it's just getting a lot of damage still out of this build, so I'm not complaining at all. For the holster, we have a Grupo piece. This comes with 15% crit damage, as you guys know. Man, one piece is such a nice piece, guys. A lot of these pieces are being used in builds because you don't even have to use 2 pieces or 3 pieces. It's just one. Comes with 15%. God roll holster here, guys. Crit chance, crit damage, max weapon damage. For the knee pad, now I have never, ever, guys, listen, this is actually kind of crazy. I have never, ever used this knee pad in a build before. Sawyer's knee pad. What does this do? Stand your ground. Talent. You cannot be staggered by explosions. Increases total weapon damage by 3% each second you are not moving. Stacks up to 10 until you start moving. All stacks lost 10 seconds after moving. So that's why in the gameplay you saw me always in cover, staying still, aiming down my sights, shooting NPCs and killing them that way, because I really wanted to keep this talent from this knee pad up. I wanted to make sure that I was still getting the max potential out of the build, and this is what the Sawyer's knee pads does. It gives you that extra weapon damage, so why not just sit in cover and help this out? And yeah, man, it's my first time using these. Since I ever got them, I've never used them, and I thought, let me make a build video on these for you guys today. So that's why I'm using this knee pad. If you don't have it, man, go get it, man. Trust me, go farm for that. For the glove, Contractor's Glove, you guys know what this is now. Comes with 8% damage to armor, named attribute right there. Max rolls everywhere, man. Max weapon damage, max crit damage. Simple as that. And it comes with 10% LMG damage. What are we using? An LMG, which is the Pestilence. So it's going towards it, it's helping us. That's what we need. For the backpack, I'm actually running a Providence piece. I would rather prefer to have a Seska, or you know, maybe something else that can help this build out a little bit more, rather than just having 15% headshot damage there, because I'm not really going to be doing headshots. I'm on console, so I'm not aiming at the head like that, and you know, you're not going to always hit all your headshots either way on console. So unless you're God, sorry, if you are amazing, listen. Attributes on here: weapon damage, crit chance, mod slot of crit damage there. Talents, what are we using? Vigilance. Increases total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables the buff for 4 seconds. So I actually am using Vigilance because I'm sitting in cover a lot. So if I just stand my ground, make sure that I'm not getting hit too much, and you know, just make sure I'm hitting all my shots, I can get a lot of damage coming out of Vigilance, which is 25%. Plus the extra 15% from Spark. That's actually going to help us a lot with 40% extra weapon damage onto this build, guys. As simple as that, man. And I really think that a lot of us just tend to go towards the same talents, and I just really wanted to change that chest piece talent because it was still going to help me either way. So yeah, man, that's the 2 talents I am using on this build. Why would I be using a turret and the drone? Because you must be thinking, this is not a skill build, why are you using these 2 skills? I would rather use something else and blah blah blah. But like I said, guys, I'm using Spark, right? So in order to keep Spark up, I'm going to use skills like the turret and the drone, the striker drone. They both shoot, and the striker drone is going to distract the NPCs. It's a little bit of crowd control. NPCs are going to start shooting at the drone and not me. It's like a distraction. And then I'm going to be using this turret here to get them out. When they're on low, these turrets and these skills are just going to help me get them out quickly, as well as having Spark up repeated. Okay, so that is why I am running these skills, these attributes, these talents. This is why I'm running this build like this. I am getting shot. Okay, leave me alone. I'm not part of this. Okay, this is the 2nd time they interrupted me in a build video. Anyway, for our LMG, the Pestilence, I'm running 44% crit chance and 129% crit damage. You guys can probably get this higher. Like I said, the Seska piece, you can do whatever you want to do with this build. It's just for me, I thought this was enough because I was hitting hard, man. I was hitting hard. Spark was helping me, Vigilance was helping me, my skills are helping me. I can go through a whole heroic mission without any problems. So that's why I'm sticking with the way this build is. We got 19% armor damage from the Walker's pieces, as well as the named Contractor's Gloves. So that is that. And guys, you can change this. You can put armor regen on this build. You can put armor on kill on this build. It's all up to you. It's just, this is the way I wanted to make this template today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this build video today. If you're new to the channel, like I always say, make sure you smash that subscribe button and the bell notification. 100 likes on this video so I can keep pushing the builds out for you. Let's just keep it on a roll. Thank you for watching. It's been Division Addiction, and I'm out, man. These NPCs are really starting to get on my nerves. Next build, PvP.